Hold on. So that's dumb. Yeah, apparently fur hats. I noticed that too. Are fur hats? No, they're not. They came out in the store. So if anyone tries to trick you, yeah. Okay, so I'm recording. So sorry if I don't talk. Sorry if this is a really odd intro here. But I'll start now. What is up, my chicas and chicos? Wolfy Chica here with another video, and today I'm going to talk about some things that have been getting on my nerves, such as values of things on Animal Jam, and it's kind of crazy. So let's get started, shall we? Alright, so recently I was looking for a green and black headdress, which I got just today, thanks to Sammy. She gave me well, I traded for it. I traded for a headdress, and she said I could get it from her. And so I got it, and then as soon as I go out, I saw someone with the headdress I've been looking for. I traded that with some other things, and I got it. So the reason why now I'm talking about this is because headdresses have seemed to increase in value, which does not make any sense whatsoever. The headdresses, people keep saying, oh, they keep coming out every November. They don't. I know that was a thing in my comments just a little bit ago in my last video. They are not coming back out. They came out 2 times, and I think in 2011 and 2012, but that was because they did 2 different sets. They did not come out this November, and I do not think they have plans for another set to come out in November, this November. I honestly don't think the headdress's value should have changed at all, just because they're not in the adventures. The founders are a different story because they had a high value originally until a certain YouTuber said something, Animal Jam YouTuber, said something that the value decreased, and they never did, and then everyone followed that YouTuber and just dramatically devalued the founders. But now something happened to where their value went increasingly skyrocketing again, because you still can't get them anywhere. Like, you can't get them out of the adventures. So I understand those. The founders always had a really extremely high value. So did the headdresses, but at one point, and still to this point, there was tons of them, left and right. When I got mine, the first one I got was a blue one, and I got it when there was not that many people with one. And after a while, left and right, people were wearing headdresses, and there was just a whole bunch of them everywhere. And so the value was low, and they weren't worth spikes or anything like that, and nothing's changed from that. And now all of a sudden, there's still the same exact amount of headdresses as there was before, and yet all of a sudden their value increased to people wanting spikes from it, long collars. That doesn't even make sense. When you put a value on something, when something has a value, it's, if it's inflated or deflating, and what I'm saying by that is, if there's a lot of something, there is really no value to it that much. If it's not rare to say, I guess. It's not a rare thing to find on the game, and there's tons of it, so the value shouldn't go dramatically high. Founders, yeah, there's been a lot of them appearing everywhere, but they stopped increasing, and you do see a lot of people with them now, but I have heard that some accounts that people used to play with on the beta times, they opened up their accounts, and some people had tons of them, and that's how a lot of them got released. And some of the people who created Animal Jam threw in some of they threw some of them in by trading and stuff like that. So that's how a little bit more of them got into the game. But those 2 items are not in the adventures, and the valuing for headdresses, I think, are highly insane. The thing with the fur hat, The thing that came out in the winter with, it was like a fur cap and it had like a snowflake on the front of it and it was like that furry hat. People who are saying that's like a high value doesn't even make sense because that was in the stores just this winter. So whoever started that, because I see people with like one or two of them on their trade, and they're asking for like spikes and everything. I'm like, what? Like, I don't even understand. Like, if it's not one way to scam someone, it's another way, and it's kind of sad. So, right there, those are worth nothing, nada, nothing, nothing. Um, fox hats, that this person right here was talking to me about. They want to know what those were valued at, and I'm gonna say, fox hats really don't have a value anymore, especially after they came out, I think last year. They came out on a rare item Monday, and all the colors came out, and people stocked up on them, and their value decreased. You can get a couple of Monday rares for them, but you're not going to get much, and they're really not as big of an item as they used to be. Spikes now, they have their values still. Even though you can get them for the adventures, it's quite hard to. So they still hold a pretty high value, and the top ones still are black, blue, and red long collars. Those are the top 3 spikes that will still always have a strong high value, mostly the black collar. So also for the short, any black spike has a pretty good value to it, very still strongly, and I think that will stay. And I honestly think that the spikes will not be back in a Monday rare because Animal Jam, I think they know if they did that, they would lose way more people than what they've already been losing. And I don't think they want to put their foot into that spot yet. So I don't think no one should have a concern of them coming back into where everyone could go grab it right then and there. It's probably just a fun little thing for the adventures. They decided just to put it there. I don't mind, and hopefully I can get every single color soon for everything because I wanted to complete that collection. And like I said in my last video, if one day I do decide where I don't want to play this game anymore in a few years, I would give away all my stuff, of course. And if my friends who still play, I'll give it to them. But my spikes are a different story. My spikes will be given off in complete set giveaways. So that would be like the biggest giveaways ever. Like giveaway. Well, I say giveaways because it's like collar, like the short and long collars and the short and long wrists. And so those would be like the biggest giveaways that in like Animal Jam YouTube history. So you guys have that to look forward to. But yeah, I do truly appreciate everyone that's been sending me some spikes and everything like that, and it's amazing. And it's funny because I'm not a big Animal Jam YouTuber, and the ones that are higher up I see get all this stuff like every single day, and they appreciate it, but like putting into example like Julian, he just didn't care anymore, and sometimes he would just kind of, I don't know, like he just didn't care for it. And I truly do, and I have, I'm not trying to rub it in, but I'm not, because that's why I'm not going to say numbers or anything, but with the amount of spikes that I have and getting one each time from someone, a fan and a viewer, still blows me away, and I'm still so excited to get one. And because a friend of mine told me after so many spikes I'll probably be like, oh, just another spike, ew, a spike. I haven't got to that point. I don't think I ever will, because it shows, for some reason, it's like how I see it, like it just shows how awesome and kind you guys are to give us something that you guys probably died for at one point to like get, and you're giving it to me, and that's really awesome. And I don't trade them at all. The ones that I do have copies of, I try to get the rest of the colors I need, but that's about it. But anyway, Also, whatchamacallit, let's go to the diamond shop here. I wanted to show you guys really quickly. One of the pets are leaving again. And I don't know why they keep, and this is, yeah, they came out in January again. If my Animal Jam explodes. The pet owls are leaving, and these guys just came back out in January after being just a member monthly item. So, yeah, that's that. Also, the claw machine over here is leaving too. And what do you guys predict the next animal claw machine will be? Would it be the bunny, the monkey, and I think that's it, right? Yeah, the bunny or the monkey? Which one? I think they're gonna do like every one. So, what do you guys think will come out next? And next Thursday, we'll hear word about the otter animal. I don't think it will. I don't know if it will come out next Thursday or if it'll be released, because they usually do the hint and then they come out, but I don't know with this one yet, because as you can tell, like, these are the hints up here. They didn't do a puzzle or anything like that, so I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, basically, point of this video, please guys, just think about how you're trading things, because it's been really hard for me to trade for certain things because people, some reason, think a certain thing goes up or down in value, and lately, like I'm telling everyone, everything is worth the same except for spikes, headdresses, founders, neon bows, and the ice sculpture Myra. What is this? Snap a rhinoceros picture and submit it through Gemini Central with your coolest rhino facts. Okay. But yeah, if I don't know what I was just saying because that got me so distracted. Oh. So all those things that I just listed still have a good value. Beards, like cream beards and orange beards and all that, they're worth about their own beard. So like if you say orange beard, you could just trade it for a black beard, brown beard. It doesn't matter because they're all the same value now because they all coming out through the adventures. Anything that came out through the adventures is worth the same as something else that came to the adventures. Now people will be like, oh, but Wolfy's spikes came out, so aren't those the same? No, because they have their own category to where the only time their value would shockingly decrease would be when they ever come out into a store. Other than that, their value is still the same because of what they are, and that's why they're specifically interesting in the game, because there could be tons of them like there are now, but their value is still the same. So it's a tricky item. The same thing with the founders. It's a pretty tricky item, except for when that incident happened a couple months ago when founders were worth like a short collar. Now they're worth 4 long collars again, or really good betas. So that's something you guys should know about right there. And headdresses should not be worth spikes. They're not worth spikes. It's kind of like the whole thing with the furry hat. Like someone got into people's brains and like, oh, the furry hats are worth spikes. They came out in the stores just this past winter. I have a whole thing. Like, what, should I go grab them and go get spikes? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Also, anyway, on a side note, before I end this video, I wanted to say to you guys that in my next video or two, I will be taking one of my spikes and going around all throughout Animal Jam and scoping out a lucky person to randomly get a spike. Because I feel so generous lately because a lot of you guys have been generous to me, and I feel like I should repay that favor and go find a random person and give them a spike and make their day. So, because I know that that. I would really appreciate that. You know, before I became on YouTube and did all this fun, crazy stuff with you guys, and I was just one of those little newbie people on the game, and I would appreciate if someone did that. So I'm gonna do that and be the better person and give away a spike to a random friendly stranger. So yes, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, make sure you post them down below. I'll surely read them. And if you like this video, I don't know if I said it, but if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up again, if I forgot to say that. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you please press that subscribe button right down below. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. And as I always say, may the trades be ever in your favor. Goodbye.